Hi everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo, and I am entering another contest. This seemed like a really interesting and different contest. It's being hosted um, by stephan73, who resides in the Netherlands, and that's kind of the theme for this particular contest. He wants us to show records from the Netherlands, Dutch records, Dutch bands. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And he also expanded it, that people could show, some bands maybe from continental Europe, but not Great Britain. Everybody's got British pressings or British bands. So what I did is I picked a couple bands, three, not a couple. I picked three that I have, and I stuck with the band. The artist is from the Netherlands rather than, digging up. I know I've got a couple Dutch pressings, but I can't remember which ones they are. The obvious choice, perhaps for US folks, for a Dutch band would be Golden Earring. And, alas, I don't have any golden earring, but I do remember, the song Radar Love from the Moontan album that was released in 1973. I mean, that song was played, that was back in the days when FM radio was, played good stuff. And I remember that. So 1973, I would have been 15 years old. So yeah, high school, and I just remember it being on the radio all all the time. And then they had another really big hit in the U.S. And that would have been, I think, sometime in the '80s. I can't remember exactly when, but that would have been the Twilight Zone. I remember that also getting a lot of radio play. And that would have been like at the end of good FM radio, I think. But I really never heard anything else by them. And so I don't have any. I should probably get some in my collection. But another band that had got a ton of play in the 70s, all right, is Focus. And I do have an album by Focus, and that is this one here, Focus 3. So yeah, this is a double album, and really quite good. Focus is one of these bands that they're, I guess you could call them a prog rock band or whatever. I guess that's what they are. The hit song that was playing when I was in high school would have been Hocus Pocus, which again was played on the FM radios all the time. The thing is with Focus, I don't generally see it that often in record stores, and I'm not always on the lookout for it. It's not something that I tend to think about. But when I do think about it and I want to try and find, that Hocus Pocus record, or at least the record with Hocus Pocus on it, I don't see it, or it's often in really trashed condition. But I did happen to see this one time in the store, and it was in really, really good condition. And so Focus 3 is one of the bands. Now, another band that I have recently been all about, and I've got their entire discography. So it's a new band, and they played here in Chicago recently, and I saw them, and it was a fantastic show. And let me pull them up here in the order I got them. And it's Alton Gun. This is their first album, On. And this is when I saw this record, in the store, and I saw this cover, I was like, wow, I got to get it. And wow, it is really, really good. What is to me so unique about this? I mean, it's really it's psych music, but it's really, really different. Most of the band members are Turkish immigrants who now reside in, I believe it's Amsterdam, and they play traditional Turkish folk songs, but they psychedelicize them. And I'd have to look up the instrument again here. It's not easily found on here. But the other, I've got this record. Then I picked up their second record on Gise. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But let me see quickly if we've got the. It just says Saz. The Saz. I'm not sure. It's like this lute shaped with really long neck. So it's played like a guitar, but the base of it, the body of it is kind of shaped like a lute. So it's like this, like almost like a gourd shape. And so, yeah, and I think it's only got 4 strings, and just really amazing playing on that. Then let's see what else. The other one is Y'all. I have their third record, Y'all, which let me see if they're a little more specific about what he's playing. Baglama. Is that what it is? A baglama? Fantastic. Really, really, really good record. And another really, really good record is their most recent one here, Ask. These covers, man, I just really, really like these covers. Oh, the really cool color variant. But yeah, let me see again here. Yeah, Baglama. I think, and here's a photo of him playing the baglama, so you can see, it's kind of like this loop, but really long neck on this instrument, and it's just, he's playing it with all kinds of like distortion and reverb and wah-wah and everything, and it's just really fantastic, and it was a fantastic show when I saw them. So yeah, for this contest, Stephan was saying, talk about why you like them. And yeah, it's just so very cool music, so different. And so as soon as they come out with something else, I'm picking up whatever they have. Now the next band that I have from the Netherlands, I learned about this from a coworker. She told me about this band, and so I started listening to them on YouTube, and I really like it. It's an alternative rock style that's got kind of a almost industrial feel to it, and it's just really good. And the band is called De Staat. Really, really like their stuff, and I've got almost all of their albums. This has been difficult because I never see De Staat in a U.S. store. Every album that I do have, I have purchased from a European vendor. So I had to be considering all, the shipping and everything, because I didn't want to be spending too much for them. But I really like this one. Is Icon. I don't think this is their first one, though. I think this one is their first one, Machinery. Another thing I really like about this band is they have a very, what I call almost nihilism. It's a nihilistic streak in their lyrics, but it isn't quite total nihilism. It's nihilism with a moral code, I guess, is what I like about them. And then this one here, which is signed by all the members of the band. I mean, I really did, I found a great deal with this, buying it from a German vendor, and, autographed, and I'm like, wow, this is very sweet. This is a very good album as well. And then this one is, I think, their most recent one. They might have another one, Bubblegum, which there's quite a few songs that got a lot of play, on YouTube. Kitty Kitty is one of them. Let's see. It's a double album. So Pikachu, the great song Pikachu. But yeah, so, and these are all recent as well, just like Alten Gun. De Stadt is a new band. I just wish they would tour here in the U.S. like Alten Gun did, but because I would definitely go see De Stadt. And I think there's maybe one more studio release of theirs I don't have, maybe two. I'll have to check again. But hey, those are my Dutch bands. Let me know, about some other, if you're familiar with these, there are some other Dutch bands that perhaps, I would be interested in. But always, leave a comment in the Down Under. I do like getting them. You can find me on Instagram as NewsDude76. That's NEWZDUDE76. I have a Facebook page called Calvin Wazoo, so you can find my content there, as well as other content, music related. And always remember to pray for, be sure to subscribe. Check out Stephan's channel, all right? And be sure to subscribe. He's having this contest because he's celebrating the fact that he's done 600 videos, right? He's been in the VC for like 13 years. So this guy has been around. 600 videos, holy moly. So be sure to check out his channel. I'll have a link to his contest announcement in the Down Under, but check it out. And remember to pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.